my frame of thought was, yo, I got a degree. Like, I'm gonna need at least like 50,000 company car. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I got a 4-year degree. See what I'm saying, from Jackson State. Like, I'm gonna need you to tighten me up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But that's what you do. You go to high school, go to college. You know what I'm saying? Give me the bread. So it was like a sobering moment for me. I'm like, I'm out here like
Word up.
unemployed. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like, okay, obviously it's not all about the degree per se, but about how resourceful you can be. Because a degree in itself, anybody can have a piece of paper, but are you willing to really get out there and grind when your back is against the wall? And like, so like, what you gonna do now? Because you can flash that degree all you want, but you need income. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like
role models for our sons and our daughters to business ownership. Like, forget a building, you could own the strip. The squad holding it down as Jay Norris with C. Nick, T-Rel and B. Hicks. So what y'all wanna hear about? Like Hail Marys, they gonna air it out. So kick back and listen, they gonna set it, man. You're gonna be enlightened, and that's on everything. That's on everything. That's on everything. They are here to heal the people like Dr. Sebi, man. That's on everything. They celebrate success, so raise a toast with them and watch the confetti rain. That's on everything. That's on everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of That's on Everything podcast. Here to give you everything that you need and then that you don't. And that's on everything.
That's on everything.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Hey, today's topic, you know what I'm saying? We got a couple topics, a mesh of topics. We're going to talk about some of those make or break moments in life. We're going to talk about the BET Awards. Your boy Diddy had like an hour speech. So we're going to dig in that a little bit. But before we do, as we always do around this time, we're going to go around the horn real quick and check in with the people. So let's kick it off with my man, Jay No down in the SIP. What's good with you?
Man, it's all good. It's all good. Man, this week just been, dealing with Collins not wanting to do violin lessons. That's sad when that's like the highlight of the week. Like, man, we paying for this, but so this is like her year. This month it will be a year that she started violin, and she's doing exceptionally well. And she's generally the instructor doesn't take anybody her age, which she started when she was 5. But she's doing exceptionally well. But she's a kid, so she don't know that she's sweet. You know what I'm saying? Right. She just like, this is what I do. So just trying to get her right, man. And then yesterday, man, I found out it was a leak under my sink. Going to find out my garbage disposal leaking, right? So I was like, because I had cleaned it up before, and I was like, well, maybe something spilled. And then so I come back the next day, and I look up under there to get the trash bag, still leaking. And I was like, so I ran it, and I saw that it was leaking from the garbage disposal. So I was like, all right, so now I got to call somebody. I was like, but first, let me go to that good old YouTube University. And it had my exact motto. And he was like, the tagline or the caption was like, don't pay for this, do it yourself. And I was like, well, let me watch.
That's what every YouTube video tells
you. You know what I'm saying? He got me though. He got me because I said,
when you see your model, like, come on.
All they want you to do is just subscribe. That's all they want you to do.
You know what I'm saying? But I watched that video. I was like, bro, I can do that. Went on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? The joint was like $100. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. Because when he did it, because I looked under that, I was like, man, that looked a little complicated. But when he did it, I was like, oh. And see, I've done that before because I've learned how to change brake pads on YouTube because they were trying to hit me for the super duper. This is a while ago though. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hit me for the super dupe. And I was like, bro, I had the iPad right there. It was like, shh. And it was, brake pads. Not brake pads, but the rotors. I can change brake pads, but I changed the rotors on that boy from YouTube. Man, YouTube is very resourceful.
This dude putting in real work. You like a mechanic low key.
You know what I'm saying? I figured since I'm at the crib, I was like,
resurfacing rotors?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I had to get it in and make it do what it do.
Word up.
Hey, that's what's up right there.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. But other than that, man, it's good though. I'm 10-10.
Word. What's going on in Tampa, T-Rel?
How much do you think you saved?
Oh yeah, to change that girl, I know they're gonna hit me for like probably $200.
Oh, okay.
So you said $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got some and got a some accomplishment out of that.
Well, more than likely, I'm probably going because if I buy the part and then bring them in, it's at least gonna be 100. But if I just tell him to get the part, of course they're gonna add on the convenience fee. So I mean, anywhere from $100 to $200.
About how fast you need it.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey man, I ain't doing too much either. I've been excuse me, really just here at the house working on all my projects. Really since I've been home. My wife been hitting me with the honey-do. So I needed to
Because you
Did
ain't
it,
doing
did it,
nothing.
did it get longer? Did the list get longer?
Oh, it's like we just walking around thinking of stuff. Like, oh, forgot that light didn't work. Forgot that fan had a little wobble in it. So just trying to work on little projects. And I'm light maintenance with mine. You already know my story. So changing some light bulbs, taking care of some ceiling fans. The dryer's making a little noise, and I'm gonna get on YouTube University, try to figure that out before I spend the $5. Hanging out with the kids. We've been extra chilling, spending a lot of time in the pool, getting outside, staying in summer mode, having fun.
Yeah.
Had a good time with the fellas here in Tampa last weekend. We did the fellas weekend with the New Standard Group organization that I sit on the board for here in Tampa. So we had a good time just celebrating a year of charitable events that we did here in Tampa. So that was wonderful just to kick it and have some camaraderie with some stand-up cats here, get dressed up, which I don't do that very often. So, that was good.
What did it consist of? We just had this conversation about buttons. what did it consist of?
How that boy was suited and booted, man.
Yeah. No, I got clean. I put on, I threw on the sport coat with the tie. I did it right. It was a sneakers and sport coat event. There's a lot of J's out there, but I went classic with the low top Nikes. So it was a good time. We had a real good time.
Well, like low top, like Air Force Ones, Nikes, or what?
Not even like Forces. There's really like some Nike boat shoes. They were sweet. It was sweet. I'm gonna have to drop a picture or something up there. I was like in full work mode at the event, so I didn't even take many pictures. Yeah. But I'll see if somebody got some good shots of me in that. I'll post those boys up.
Anybody got a picture of my shoes? That's what you're gonna ask.
I'm not shy about it. Hey, man, why you ain't take no pictures of me? Y'all see me working?
Wow. Don't bother me. I'm working.
Right. But cooling, man. Here having fun with the kids. My nephew's been spending a lot of time over here. Hanging out with my father-in-law. He just flew back to Puerto Rico this morning. So man, we've been kicking it. My mom gets here next week, so we really about to just keep that energy going.
Oh, nice.
Word up. Good deal. All right, let's take it up north to the Midwest. B Hicks, what it do?
Oh man, just been busy. Really, really busy. It's lucrative, but busy. Having to earn my money is not the way I like to do things. But
you don't want to work for the money.
Yeah, I don't want to work hard for the money. Yeah, but it's been intense. We closed on a property yesterday. Really excited about that one.
Word up.
Yeah. Great buy. After repair value is going to be phenomenal. So excited about that. Kids are out of school. We're trying to find any summer program. I don't care if it's picking up trash on the side of the highway. So if anybody know of any program for taking kids, let me know, because we're going to get them in there. And other than that, man, just chilling. And just letting time pass,
That's what's up.
Word up. Well, first of all, I got to get a shout out to y'all see the hat, JCA Plumbing. That's my boy Caesar right there. You know what I'm saying?
What up, C's?
Okay.
What's up, C's?
That boy got the gear. I was like, I need the hat, baby. I wanted the hoodie. He ain't had the hoodies yet, so the hoodie's on the way. But JCA Plumbing, 24/7 plumbing needs. If you need something in the Katy, Fulshire area, holla at your boy, JCA Plumbing. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my boy C's.
We doing a couple kitchen remodels, see, so come on up north. It's a lot cooler.
That's right. You got that work for you, baby.
He might have to get his parts though from down here and then come up there.
Never get the material. Bring them up.
Bring them from the south on up.
C's got the shout out. We calling on FaceTime for repairs now. We ain't doing YouTube no more.
You big time now, baby. I got his number too, so it's all good.
Yo, I need some assistance with this garbage disposal. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Right. He gonna tell me too. He's like, your boy did that wrong.
I'm gonna need you to FaceTime me on that. Like, hey, is this right here? Right here?
Word up. We got the plug, baby. So yeah, shout out to the boy C's, man. Real quick, I want to hit y'all with the Corey's Corner, man. A lot of good music out there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go hip hop first. I think I sent this one to y'all, but the song Chanel Pearls by Conway the Machine featuring Jill Scott.
It's a banger.
Man, this boy is a banger. And I think like Conway is spitting, but I was so impressed by Jill Scott, you know what I'm saying, and what she was doing on the mic, because she wasn't singing, she was flowing. And she got a little gutter with it too. So that was just like an unexpected surprise.
She did. I wanted another verse from Conway on it though. It's like it just ended after
Jill.
I wanted more.
I did. Yeah. It left you wanting more for sure. So if you ain't heard that, boy, go check that out. On the R&B tip, I gotta really call out too. Like, number one, Givion's whole album from top to bottom. It just download the whole album. That's all I can tell you. The new album is called Give or Take by Giveon. So that joint is fire. The boy Breezy, Chris Brown, dropped an album called Breezy. And the two tracks that I like on there is called Call Me Every Day. And the other one, that one right there, Call Me Every Day, kind of got like the Afro beats with Wizkid on there. It's going to be like a summer banger. Like, for real, you need to check that one out. And then he got a joint on there with Lil Wayne called Possessive and Young Blue. So Young Blue, Lil Wayne, Chris Breezy, Possessive. Go check that boy out, man.
Okay.
And on the throwback / old school, I'm going to hit y'all with a cut by The Game called On Me, featuring Kendrick Lamar. Has anybody heard this song?
It's on The Game got a new album coming out?
No, this is a throwback. So he did the documentary, which was his first debut album with Dr. Dre. So he made Documentary 2, and he did a song with Kendrick on there that a lot of people obviously don't know about. It's pretty slept on, but it's called On Me, featuring Kendrick Lamar, and the sample is On and On by Erykah Badu. So that's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you, son. Say less.
Show the album, okay.
Yeah, that boy is a banger. So that's what it is, man. That's what it is. In terms of personally, yeah, man, just enjoying the summer. Finally got Jace the Ace in summer camp, going 3 days a week. So he pumped about that. They had a little field trip today, and yeah, man, loving the summer. It's hot, but enjoying this time that we do have, because we're gonna look up in a minute and it's gonna be right back to it. School gonna be on, football season, marching band, all that good stuff. So just trying to enjoy this time, baby.
No doubt. Look, before you get into it, Corey, and we may spend a little bit of time on this. So, since we're talking about, artists and music, right?
Word.
So, obviously, if you haven't been living under a rock, you're familiar with Versus on IG, right? Where basically you have like a lot of throwback people. So I heard somebody mention that that Versus is exposing a lot of these R&B singers that can't really sing, right? So I saw some of the reels from the Omarion and versus Mario, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I saw, Ray J. Now here's the deal. Ray J would never really the vocal. You know what I'm saying? Ray J is more of a brand. But it was funny because I actually went and watched. I was like, let me go back and watch. I watched the verse between Omarion and Mario. So Omarion, that brother, bruh,
he can't sing either.
He can't sing. I was kind of shocked because he was like, he's the lead singer of B2K. I thought that he could.
It's a dance group.
There you go.
It's a dance group.
I think Neo said it best because he was being asked about it, I think, at the BET Awards, and he was like, you had Omarion and Mario. Mario is a singer, and you got Omarion, who is a performer. So you got a real crooner and you got a performer, like T-Real said. B2K was a bump, bump, bump. And it was a dance group. They weren't really like harmonizing. They was out there trying to touch, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't really doing nothing.
But he brought, okay, so I wasn't shocked, but I was just like, he was trying to hit him and he kept bringing other folks out. So, he brought Tank out and then he brought Jeremiah out. Now I thought Jeremiah.
Yeah, I was disappointed in Jeremiah.
Is it Jeremiah or Jeremiah? Oh,
hey, the boy can't sing. That's what it is.
Neither one of them jokers.
Yeah,
Brandon Watson. That's what that is.
The birthday sex boy. And he was like, and Mario was like egging him on. He was like, man, you got to sing something for him, man. You got to sing something for him. And he started, and I was like, like I just knew his falsetto was on 10. It was not, son. I was like, wow.
Birthday sex, dude.
Yeah.
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 He sound good on the tracks, and he got a lot of features, but like live, he was terrible. And that was kind of the first verses that we saw where you had like obviously the two people battling, and then they had an undercard, and then you had Ray J, you had Bobby Valentino, and then Sammy was a whole thug out there.
Sammy's still around?
Little Sammy or whatever it was.
I like the way you look at
and we ain't heard from you since.
Bruh, the dude was out there dreaded up with the mahogany tips. Thug, I ain't even know who he was at first.
I didn't know who he was either.
Until they put Sammy on the background. I was like, bruh.
Sammy looked like John Morant. And saying like, what's going on? Is that Sam or Sammy? That's Samuel.
I ain't seen him since the hardball video.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. Especially with I don't even know why.
And Bobby V, he was bad.
I thought Bobby V was supposed to be a little bit better. I thought because Bobby V I thought was like more of a kind of a crooner, like his whole
remember he was in the group. He was in a group with Mista, and then he had a couple singles. So
let me ask you: Is singing something that just needs to be constantly worked on? Like you can't just if you can sing, can you sing always, or do you need to always be singing and in that mode to hone your craft and your skill?
I think this verse is proof that this is you gotta work on your craft. And then even skipping over to the BET Awards when they started the tribute to Diddy, they brought out Jodeci. KC was like mid, and JoJo he just had his mic like way out here for the crowd to help him. It was bad, bro.
That's when you know when you always like you sing two words and then you just hit it with the audience. You know what I'm saying?
He was on that maze in Frankie Beverly. He was letting the crowd sing. Hey, Frankie need to stop. Frankie need to stop. Come on, man.
You ain't gonna disrespect the legend.
Hey, we're not going.
But Frankie is selling out arenas and he not even singing. He just out there with the little hat.
Show it with the white baseball cap, and he gonna hold the mic out.
He do Joy and Pain for like 20 minutes. Joy.
That means
y'all know the words.
That means you ain't been to a concert.
Yeah, I'm not going.
He said, "I'm not."
Frankie is 85. Like Joe Biden fall off the bike out this boy.
Man, y'all missing. You don't know, man. You missing.
No, okay. So look, I know because you just recently went to a Frankie concert, or what was that old school concert y'all was at, like at an amphitheater?
Yeah, that was a Frankie concert.
He saw Frankie.
That was a Frankie. So did Frankie? Did he sing? Did he?
It was beautiful.
Well, see, that's because you love the music. Obviously, everybody loves the band.
He was like, Frankie ain't gotta sing. I sang.
He can hear Frankie in here.
I'm gonna sing it for Frankie.
I can hear Jimmy.
It was still good,
bruh. And I get it because like anytime you have live music, the live band, and the fact that the presence of the person is there. But like I'm not on that. Like if I go to a concert, bruh, I'm not giving you a pass because you're 100. If you gonna come out there, you better come out there and give me the heat. Rap, R&B, like whatever. This. You got to give it to me.
Like this. Frankie sounds better than Ray J did.
Well, that's okay.
Well, that's not saying a lot.
Oh no, it's saying a lot.
No, it's not.
This dude is you caught him 100, and he still sounds better than people half his age. So, come on.
But you can't put.
It's Frankie Beverly and Maze. If I put it on right now, somebody gonna start dancing.
If you put it on, I'm talking about.
Okay, when is? I ain't worried about that. When is the next? What is it? Tiny concert for Frankie Beverly. I need to hear him. I don't need to see him on the Tiny Concert Boy.
I don't know. I'm not NPR.
Hey, well, speaking of Tiny Concert, there's an artist that you probably didn't think could sing, but got on Tiny Desk and killed it. That was T-Pain, right?
Absolutely.
Without the auto tune, yeah.
Yeah, and he got on Tiny Desk and murdered it.
Yo, did y'all see her perform on Tiny Desk?
Oh yes,
I didn't see that one.
I haven't seen that one.
She murdered it, yo. Tiny Desk, low key. Honestly, I've heard a lot of artists on Tiny Desk, and then heard their albums like, man, it's garbage. Because Tiny Desk, yo, their audio, is so amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear them in their finest, and then you hear the CD, like, yeah, that don't sound like that.
I think,
like, I don't know if y'all seen Ron, the Isley Brothers. They just had one.
it was dope.
No, I hadn't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Yo, go listen.
I think one of the best one of my favorites is Anderson .Paak on that joint.
Oh yeah,
that was dope.
So,
But
now, which is better, Tiny Desk or the CD?
Oh no, the Tiny Desk. Anytime live is always going to be better than the CD. Anytime, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they come in with it. But like we talking about like with these cats on the and then like Ray J was actually trying to hit some notes that he know he can't hit, singing one wish. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't working, man. I was like, why you do that stuff? Why you do that stuff to yourself?
And I think, and now the Versus platform has grown so much that it can be a resurgence of your career or the final chapter if you don't come with it. Because I think like Kiss after Versus, everybody was like, "Ooh, Kiss still got
he on the notes." They was like, "Man, we didn't know."
The Locks came back alive. And so even like some of the older generation, like I said, when Isleys did their versus
Earth, Wind
and Fire.
Yeah.
What was that? Was it Gladys Knight versus
Patty?
Patty, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it could do it, but yeah, that was laughable because it was funny because Omarion was like, it was like right at the beginning. He was like, hey, you finna struggle after this. He was like, because you only got like 2 more tracks, which we know that Omarion and them got a way deeper catalog than Mario. But when it came to the performance, Mario was killing him. It didn't matter what he sang, just because he could sing. It was a rap, bro.
Yeah,
and I was surprised. I didn't know like Mario was that good of a singer, to be honest with you. Like he obviously took care of his voice, you know what I'm saying, and honing his craft. He probably touring, and he the only one that can really sing. Because when I heard about it, I was like, who wants to see Omarion and Mario? But it turned into comedy. And then afterwards, they talking about Ray J, Bobby V, Sammy, and I think it was what is the other guy? Pleasure P?
Yeah, Pleasure P. Yeah, from Pretty Ricky.
Yeah,
so they brought Pretty Ricky out there?
Yeah, just Pleasure P though.
Just Pleasure P. He was like actually like in the crowd though, like trying to croon the girls and stuff. So
straight crooning.
The only two that did something was Mario and Pleasure P, in my opinion. Correct. But those 4 are talking about forming a group.
Who? Mario,
Ray J, Pleasure P, Bobby V, and Lil Sammy. I'm like, we just saw y'all live.
First
you can't
off,
sing.
Ray J don't need to be in nobody's group. Why even? He probably came up with the idea just so it could be his idea. He could be in the group.
That's what I'm saying. So, like you say, he's a brand. Like this man understands business. He like, why don't we just make a group and then we sell these tickets and I sing One Wish. So, hey man, shout out to the boy Ray J, man. It's crazy. But in response to that, I saw that Donnell Jones said he want to do a versus with Joe. And he was like, we ain't going to be like these little cats. We going to bring some real R&B, some real vocals. And I think that would be worth seeing.
That would be dope. Because, well, first off, because Joe.
And they got hits.
Yeah, Joe is a singer. Donnell is a singer. Like,
true.
Like that'd be a dope versus. Definitely.
Hey, versus came a long way. Who was the first one that we saw? Was it like
the very first one was like
Timbo
and Switz?
Oh, okay.
and they were just playing their songs.
That was like right at the height of the pandemic. They was like in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they started formalizing that boy.
Yeah, but now cats is performing. It's like you ain't just playing your hits. You ain't just going back and forth.
Yeah, we in the same arena and stage and everything. So it's not just through IG anymore.
Correct.
No more technical difficulties and all that.
Right.
Throw the Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley.
Yeah, the hype man and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
They tried it twice and they just couldn't get it right.
Man, it was crazy.
We might have to bring it back. The folks don't know we started this battle game.
True that.
We started this battle game. We started the verses. You know what I'm saying? But I think see Nick, you was when they go into we was about to start talking about the BET, but I was keeping on that singers. Who was that? I don't even know that artist who she was, but she brought Mariah Carey out to sing on that remix.
Big Lotto.
Big Lotto. Okay, I'd never heard of her. She like
wow.
Yeah, my bad. Like enlighten me. It's like
a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember, but JD had like a show with young up and coming rappers. I forget the name of the show, but it basically was like kids. So it was like Mulatto was her name at the time because she's biracial. So
gotcha.
And now they call her Big Lotto, but it was her, two other females that I can't remember. But anyways, it was a whole bunch of kids rappers. And so fast forward now, she stayed with the craft and started making music. And so she got this song and she did a remix and put Mariah on that boy and brought her out at the BET Awards. So
yeah, but I was I think Mariah just probably just need to fall back just a little bit. Cause Mariah, it's almost like Jordan coming back and wearing the 45. Like it wasn't the same Jordan.
No, it's like Jordan on the Wizards. Like the shoes is fresh, but I don't know if he can get you 25 anymore.
Because here's the deal: whenever you see Mariah, you're anticipating her hitting the high note. Right, that's what she's known for. You know what I'm saying?
She can't do it no more.
She can't get that high no more. Not without it.
It was a struggle. It was like because she put the finger to the ear and she was like, "Okay, I'm ready." And I was like, "Ugh." And I think really what really it is
like a pastor.
Yeah, but it was like her persona. Like she come out with this expectation that I'm one of the GOATs, and which she is. No disrespect, but it's like. Down. You're at the BET Awards with Big Lotto. You featured on her joint. I don't really know if this is like the GOAT moment for you. Like, I don't know, man. So it was like she's trying to stay relevant.
But she ain't really never got to sing again. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, just sing your stuff. You don't need to be featured.
You got to sing nothing. Like,
but even Mary got a brand new album. It got nominated for like best R&B, one of the best R&B hip hop, best female R&B albums. And she did a performance. I think it was in the Diddy tribute, and she didn't even sound that good.
Well, here's the deal with Mary. Mary is a cultural icon.
Yeah,
that has had great production.
Yep.
And great written songs.
Yep.
From day one.
From day one, Mary ain't never been
a singer.
A singer for sure. Hey. So it's like, so when she does come out with that, you just like, it's almost like since she been in the game so long, for the culture, we all give Mary a pass.
Word.
Mary come through.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? She gonna rock with you, but don't like you just can't. Yeah, you don't expect greatness vocally. It ain't never been there.
And it's really more tied to hip hop to me than to R&B.
Yeah.
Mary's persona,
correct. And that's her tag, right? Like Queen of Hip Hop or something like that.
Queen of Hip Hop and R&B, I believe.
Yeah,
something to that effect.
I love Mary, but that whole award show was just disappointing from a performance standpoint. And I was just like letting it ride because I was waiting for the Diddy tribute.
I thought the performances was dope though.
Who?
All right, so
I'm glad I ain't gotta watch it now.
Look, you still. So I think that well, first off, Chloe Bailey had Had a great performance.
I mean, let's give a round of applause.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I like Chan's performance. I think he was spitting. I think,
True. Facts.
Kirk Franklin performance was dope. He always
Skip.
put on.
Skip. Let's go.
Hey, I heard that Kirk Franklin show was one of the best. Like my sisters just went to the Kirk Franklin concert.
So let me.
They said his show was the best they've ever seen in their lives.
Kirk Franklin gives a great performance. You correct, Jay. Okay. And I saw him live at Jackson State. They were doing the Sky Show.
Correct.
And he had the whole crowd moving. So he always bring the heat, but it's a gospel. It's just like I can't hardly shake to that.
No, but what I'm saying is, if it was just a gospel performance, I wouldn't even say if it was a good performance. It ain't like you finna boo a gospel singer. But because the way Kirk puts it together, because he can easily
he was 100.
Yeah, he come out there, he gonna give you the hip hop flavor. He out there.
But the thing is, Kirk don't sing. He just like he a rapper.
That's why it's so genius.
He's right now for the Golden Revolution. Like, we at church.
But he controls that joint like the maestro that he is. That's why it'd be so dope. And he just has such, the elements of hip hop and all that stuff. So I think that was dope. And like I said, Diddy's performance. Who else had what's the big chick? What's the big girl?
Big Lotto?
No.
Oh, Lizzo?
It
Nope.
was all right. It was all right.
Nope. When she came out in the gold, I was like, who's next?
Yeah,
if I had one wish, she wouldn't have wore that.
But I even think that the Diddy performance with even with the technical difficulties, I think was still dope.
Okay, let's talk about it. So Diddy, what was it, a Lifetime Achievement BET Award?
Correct. Lifetime
so
Achievement.
I was pumped because I was like, man, Diddy was one of those guys from our era, you know what I'm saying, that was an artist. Like Kanye came out and did the tribute with Babyface. So I thought that was dope. And he comes out and he gets this award. But the performance itself, like I think they kicked it off with Jodeci, and we got to unpack this now. So Jodeci comes out from the Uptown days when he's producing, these records, and we missing one guy from Jodeci. Number one, what's his name? Devontae.
Devontae Swing.
Devontae, where you at, man? You ain't got nothing to do. Why you can't pull up? So first of all, and then you got JoJo. He can't sing. I'm like, y'all need to cut that to the next one quick. You know what I'm saying? So then they finally get to
but
Diddy.
only two dudes in Jodeci ever really sang anyways, right?
Correct.
Yo, but Mr. Dalvin was the hype dude. He was come and talk to me. Like he was making the performance relevant. He was like moving like he was the hype dude. So for them not to be vocally sound anymore, they need him more than ever. I'm telling you, because you can't look at them and be like, yo, he can sing. Nah, it ain't happening no more. The only thing that saved Jodeci was Mr. Dalvin. And then the fact that they was dressing like it was 92. They had the leather on with the hat, all that.
Boots on, all that.
They had the whole Jodeci starter kit. So then they go to like the whole black and white stage. And there's a guy singing or, moving like a silhouette. So I'm like, dang, somebody moving just like Diddy. Like, damn, that's crazy. That boy's moving. And it turns out to be Puff Daddy. And I'm like, how you go
in the Jodeci group?
But I'm saying, how you gonna be in your own tribute? So it's like, remember what Suge Knight said? if you want to make an album and don't have a producer all in the video, like Diddy stay true to his brand.
Hey,
this man is in his own tribute.
You don't get to be Diddy without controlling the narrative. Like,
absolutely,
that man is in control, right?
Man. So, and it was dope because he was probably the best performer or one of the best performers in his tribute because he still had the moves. I got to give it to him. He had the little Diddy little skip. You know what I'm saying? He was spinning. He had the spins, the Diddy bop. So then the Locks comes out. They missing Style P. I'm like, where's Style P? Okay, we on to the next one. Little Kim comes out looking like the leprechaun. And she was just off time with it. Seemed like she was off with the lyrics, and then she doing her little the little B thing.
Man, I hate that. I hate
And
it.
she kept doing it. She kept trying to hit it. Like, let me give it to you again. Like, can we get it?
Diddy said, "Come on, girl, come on."
Come on, girl, get it, girl. I think Diddy is done with her after that. Like, I'm not bringing you out no more. You're done. You're looking like the Oompa Loompa from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Are they taking this show on the road?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, they did they did a reunion show. What about about
2017, yeah.
And she was on that as well, and she did that dance again. But dude, she just
Bad.
Yeah, it was bad. She missed her cue on her verse on All About the Benjamins, and that's what kind of.
Which how do you mess that song up? That's probably the
Exactly.
best.
That's your banger.
I don't know if she didn't have her piece in her ear or what, but she was walking up as her verse was going on, which was still perfect timing. I don't know if she was like getting her heels on or something like that or what, but
Yeah, she had them platform heels on.
she was just late coming to the stage.
And
and
she
didn't
got the
realize her
Oompa
verse was
Loompa
playing.
weight, so it's like
Like, how
throwing
you
off your
late?
time and your balance. So
Yeah.
I might
And
watch
you know-
it just to see that.
Diddy cut her. And it was cutthroat in the back and probably behind the curtain. Because remember making the band, like he was cussing folks out. Have you walking for the cheesecake? Like you had to be on point, man. So you mess up the tribute, you might not get asked back. Like Busta came out. Full energy, voice was on point. Pastor Kavasi, well, they changed it to
That's us to rock this way.
Pass us a rock this way. So
Which
that
was
was
dope.
that was cold. Then I thought the tribute at the end to Kim Porter and Biggie was a
dope.
good touch. So it was good,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that was good. And then to top it off, like you said, you had the speech.
But before you get to that,
Go ahead.
who was missing? You didn't have Mace.
Yeah, 112.
You didn't have 112. Carl
Craig
Thomas.
Mack there?
Craig Mack is deceased, so rest in peace.
Oh, Craig. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh
Oh yeah, he died a couple
When did
years
Craig
ago.
Mack die?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Him and Black Rob.
Black Rob was
I knew
obviously
Black Rob
deceased.
passed,
Is deceased.
Yep. But
But yeah, like you can't
112 and
and
Mace.
Mace. That's like bad boy royalty.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I know Mace ain't finna do nothing because Mace won his masters back.
I'm surprised Mace didn't show up at the boy, like, and jump on stage doing a diss track.
Mace won his masters, and he offered
Yeah.
to pay him. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy didn't take him up on it, man.
Like
It was too
Q,
much.
Slim, you ain't get one of them.
What about Total?
Total was not there as well. One of the best groups from the '90s. So,
Faith?
Faith was there.
Faith was there.
Faith was there. Okay.
Faith had to get her check. She got to pay Stevie J back. So
Yeah, but Faith didn't sound.
yeah, she was trying though.
That's
she went,
it-
church,
it-
she went church on you, so she was safe.
Yeah, and plus, because he ain't even really announced her. He was like he started the tribute, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden you heard her.
Yeah.
It's like, is that Faith?
Like,
And
hold
I
up,
saw
Faith
her.
here.
Yeah, it's like, hey, pan camera 2. Oh yeah, that's Faith. It was like one of those moments. It's like, ain't nobody gonna say that Faith here.
G Dep went there. Loon, nobody, none of the boys.
Oh, man.
But Shine was probably one of the best performers too. For him to show up, he's not a performer anymore, not an artist. He's all into politics, but believes. But he sounded good.
Oh yeah, he
sounded
came
good,
out like
bro.
he ain't never left.
Yeah.
Who wanna mess with up?
That's how you know he be in his office still spitting.
He just got that voice. Man.
Dust the dust. Like, ooh, he could drop right now and go platinum.
After the meeting, like, close the door.
Man, that boy Sean had them 2 songs, bangers. What was the other one? It was a Shine and Bonnie or something like that. Bonnie and Shine.
Oh yeah, with the
With my
Jamaican on
Rolls
the hook.
Royce. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bangers, man. So yeah. So what did you think about the acceptance speech?
Man, so Diddy just took us on a range of emotions. I just got this dream, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got this dream. And he, you know what I'm saying? He just went, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You receive it. That's a big honor to be, honored by the culture for lifetime achievement. But it could have been summed up in probably about 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He could have taken
Diddy went so long he had to pay for a commercial.
his speech, his YouTube video clip was like 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, the most relevant thing was him donating money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To Howard
and look,
and Jackson State.
it was almost like he forgot because he ended the speech and was like, "Oh yeah,
I forgot.
I'm gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop $1 million on Howard University," and then he was like, "And also, I'm gonna drop another $1 million on Deion Sanders and Jackson State."
Hey.
I was like, "Whoa, yo, I got crunk on that one." I was
that was dope.
Bruh,
That was dope.
It's been all over the news.
Yeah, you can't stop, won't stop.
It's been look, folks, memes with Diddy face in a Jackson State band uniform.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Bruh, all over the news, bruh. So
I love that. That's gonna open the floodgates for HBCUs, not just Jackson State. Like everybody gonna want to come out and support following Diddy's lead. And I think that's incredible that he would make that announcement, whether it comes through or not, or however long it takes. Other people gonna step up.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be beautiful.
Just like you said, just the virtual currency of you saying that in that meme, in that TikTok or that clip, whatever. That's cash money right there. I mean, we want the real money. Don't get me wrong, Diddy. You know what I'm saying? We need a football field, baby. So bring the check. We can name it Puff Daddy Field if you want. It don't matter to me. I would have been more impressed with that. Like, go ahead and pay for the field, homie.
True was gonna be.
But I'll take the million. I'll take the million.
Oh yeah.
No, it was definitely dope because it just, like I said, it just bringing more awareness to HBCUs. Which I think is vital, especially in this day and age. And I think if you're gonna go to college, well, first off, go for free. Don't be getting them student loans. But I mean, I highly recommend an HBCU because, I attended, Corey attended. You know what I'm saying? T-Rail was there for a semester or two. You know what I'm saying?
Couple days.
No, that boy had a dorm. He was up in Dixon Hall. Shout out to the boy.
Shout out to Dixon Hall. Still there.
Yeah. So. So it's a good look. Definitely a good look.
Well, I mean, it highlights like he said in his speech, going to play for us, you know what I'm saying? Believing in your own and believing in your brand or the culture. So we got to keep doing that, man, especially in these days and times, man. So that's a big move, big shout out. So a lot of respect for Diddy for doing that. So lifetime achievement for Diddy. Let's move and kind of shift gears to just make or break moments for us in life. Mm-hmm. So Jay, this was kind of your baby. So do you have a make or break moment that you want to kick it off with?
Man, I have, and this was like early on. I can kick it off with this one. I have a few. I think as we all have, different chapters in our lives. But I remember one of the make or break moments for me, just because I was at a point where I didn't know what I was going to do, and it was when, we had just graduated and Hurricane Katrina had hit. So I was working at the post office, and I was a temp, right? I was a temp. So I had just got hired. Matter of fact, Brother Flowers had, put in the word for me, and I was able to get that gig working the night shift. Me and Fresh, me and Manny working the night shift as a mail clerk. So anyway, Hurricane Katrina hit. Anybody that's a temp, you got to get let go because they moving all the people from New Orleans and the coast and giving them those full-time positions. So now I ain't got no job, right? So it was like I got a degree, and now I ain't got no job, and it was just kind of like daunting because if you remember Hurricane Katrina, it was just like we had never experienced that before in my life because we in Michigan, we ain't dealing with no hurricanes. So it just felt like Armageddon, like gas lines was long. You had power lines, trees all over the place. It just felt like it was never going in. And, so I had to, I end up, really had to, say humble myself because at the time I didn't think too highly and go to the temp staff. And I was like,
oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I had to go to the tip staff. I was like, bruh, it's like, yo, I got a degree. Like, and that's a very, a humbling experience. You up in the tip staff, boy, like, yo, I got a 4-year degree. Yo, I need I need a job. I was like, I'm good with computers, blah, blah, blah. So it's crazy. So they sent me to the Win Job Center where you go to get jobs as a resource assistant. And basically I was helping people build resumes, go online and search for jobs and all that stuff. So it was like
you went from no job to helping people get jobs?
Yeah, to helping people get jobs. And it was crazy because like with the Win Job Center, with the temp staff, they don't take taxes out of your check. They just pay you straight, right? So it was like I had no concept of like taxes at the time or what have you, and ended up like owing, and it was crazy. But that was the kind of a scary moment for me, just because I'm like, bro, I'm out here bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like
let me interject. So Jay giving y'all the politically correct story. So Jay had this job, but he said he didn't have no patience either. Jay was supposed to be helping people, dog. He was so mad that people didn't know how to work a computer. He was like, man, these cats don't know what a resume. This dude was so upset with the level of incompetence. He was like, man, these cats in here can't read. They can't write their name.
It's real though. They never had an email address.
Yeah, emails.
Don't know where they live. Like, I don't know. I live in the
bro.
shelter. Like, well, what do I do?
Correct.
True.
So, just think about, and that's just my ignorance, because I'm coming as a college graduate. Mm-hmm. This is like the only life I know. So it was like email, resume. I was taught all that stuff. So coming in to assist, I was just like, man, like you don't know how to do that. It was just baffling. But that was just my ignorance, not realizing that everybody don't come from the same path as you. Now that I got older, but at the time, it was very frustrating, to the point where it was so frustrating that I used to look up jobs on the resource computers to find me another job.
What you doing, Jamari?
and that's how I ended up getting my next job, driving trucks for G&K, driving uniform trucks.
So the question is, how did you quit that job? I can see Jay saying, hey, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was.
Today we're working on resignation letters.
Excuse me, man.
Yeah.
To whom it may concern.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But yeah, that was. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. Man. It was.
They never funny at the time.
So what was the lesson though in that, like, having that moment of uncertainty in your life? Like, man, how did you take that step back and say, look, I got to do what I got to do?
Yeah, I think it came down to just really not holding yourself on a pedestal as much, because my frame of thought was, I got a degree, like I'm gonna need at least like 50,000, company car, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I got a 4-year degree, see what I'm saying, from Jackson State. Like, I'm gonna need you to tighten me up, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But that's what you do. You go to high school, go to college, you know what I'm saying, give me the bread. So it was like a sobering moment for me. I'm like, I'm out here like unemployed, you know what I'm saying? So it was more like, okay, obviously it's not all about the degree per se, but about how resourceful you can be. Because the degree in itself, anybody can have a piece of paper, but are you willing to really get out there and grind when your back is against the wall? And like, what you gonna do now? Because you can flash that degree all you want, but you need income. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a sobering moment where I just had to bring myself down a notch, you know what I'm saying? And just get realistic about this thing called life and be like, okay, which I'm glad that type of situation happened to me at an earlier age when I didn't have any responsibilities about myself, because where I am now, it makes me appreciate that more, because I grind, I do whatever to take care of the family. But so because of that, I have that mentality, it just makes it so much easier for me, you know what I'm saying, to be a full-time entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Word up. All right, I'll build off that a little bit, because mine is kind of similar. But I remember, first of all, working at Sam's Club through college. I started at Sam's Club in Lansing, Michigan as a summer job. Tried to transfer that boy to when I got to Jackson, and it was so funny because my the GM, you have a GM, right, that runs the club. So my GM had signed the papers, supposedly put in my transfer, so I get there, and the GM was actually like on vacation. This Puerto Rican cat named Pipo, and he was gone. So the first time I go to check in and try to get on the schedule was this cat named Robert Cathy, and he was just like, "Nope, ain't got no job for you." I was like, nah, you need to call Jeff. Like, Jeff already hooked me up. He was like, I don't care what Jeff told you.
Wow.
Like, I was just like, man, I kind of need this job. Like, I'm trying to save money, you know, and to buy a car and, you know, just to be employed, you know, to have some ducats. So I ended up going back up there and ran into people who was the club manager, the GM, and, you know, sat down with people. We got to talk about life and everything. So, you know, my persuasion can confuse you sometimes. So he thought I was Puerto Rican. So I just ran with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we talk about Puerto Rico and all this other stuff. I'm like, word, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm, yeah. So he was like, you know what? I think we can find a spot for it. He was like, it won't be on the floor because I was on the floor in Lansing, a floor partner, whatever. And then he was like, I can put you as a cashier so you have cashier experience. I was like, oh, no doubt. I just need a gig. So got me in the system, got me on the schedule. And she was like, so where are your parents from? And what, you know, where they at on the island? I was like, nah, son. Nah. That ain't how it happened. I'm from Lansing, Michigan, baby. You know what I'm saying? This Pamela and Maurice right here, bro. So I could just see the look on his face like, okay, I see what you did. So, but fast forward that, right? So I'm working at Sam's through college and then, you know, getting ready to graduate. And I remember, you know, graduating, like Jay said, you know, just kind of being in this holding pattern and being on the forklift, thinking that, you know, I'm going to be stuck. So I'm on the forklift in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this ain't where it's at. I got a college degree, like Jay said. I got a college degree, but little did I know, wifey at the time, she was already sourcing my resume, put me out there. So I get a call from this cat from First Data. I thought it was a bill collector because I had them bills calling me. Set up the interview, and what he told me was, hey, you know, the interview will be Wednesday at the Marriott. So if you've been to Jackson, you know, it's a very small city, town. At that time, when you say the Marriott, I'm thinking the downtown Marriott. That is the Marriott. That is the major Marriott.
Correct.
If you say the Courtyard, I know that's in North Jackson. Like, it ain't too many to get confused with.
That's right.
So he said the Marriott. So I'm at the Marriott, downtown Jackson, in the lobby, suited and booted, got my resume, turned my phone off because I'm ready for the interview. 5 minutes go by, I'm like, man, that boy John ain't showed up. And then like 10 minutes go by, so I'm like sweating bullets now, like, dang, what's up? I'm late. So I ended up checking my phone. This is why I had to flip, boy. So I'm opening it up. I got like 5 missed calls from him. The wifey's calling me, and I call her first. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? She was like, yeah, he been trying to call you, da-da-da-da. So I call him. He was like, yeah, I'm actually at the Courtyard. And at the time, the Courtyard was literally 5 minutes from me. But I drove downtown, which was like 15.
Correct.
And I was like, yo, my apologies. I mean, when you said the Marriott, maybe you should have specified, but I took that as downtown Jackson. So I was like, look, if you give me 10 minutes, I can be there. So the whole way now I'm sweating through the suit. You know, I couldn't keep it together, man.
You don't have the right T-shirt on, baby.
I had a T-shirt on.
If you had
the pressure of the moment had your boy sweating bullets. So I'm like, this is bad. This is not going to go well. So it's make a break. Like, I need this job. Had started a family, you know what I'm saying? Just graduated. So I get in there, interview. I felt like it went well. But I was like, I already know this cat don't want to hire me. But I got the second interview. Well, my man Dale Taylor, rest in peace, and the rest is history. Got hired, and you know, been with the company for 16 years. But it was funny. 2 years after I got hired, I ended up, you know, working for another manager, and I remember being at the dinner with him, and he's talking about another young cat fresh out of college that wanted a gig, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna hire this guy. He doesn't have this, and this." And I looked at I was like, "That sounds familiar." I was like, oh, okay, so you really want to hire your boy. All right. But Daryl was the one that really wanted me and gave me an opportunity, and man, just been building on it ever since, man. So
No
that's what's
doubt,
up.
Man, that's a make or break moment right there. You was on the other side of town.
Man.
It was either
phone off.
Hey, he was going back to Sam's Club, son.
It was tomorrow.
Just loosen his neck boy up.
Man, I was cussing and fussing the whole way, praying to God, like, please make it work. Please make it work. Because it was out of my hands at that time, you know. So,
Absolutely.
but we made it. Like, Mama, I made it.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
All right, who up next? T-Well or B. Hicks?
Go ahead, T. I'm enjoying your stories, man.
Yeah, I would say, man, probably a couple of moments in my life that I would call make or break, and it's really just about lessons I learned. The first one came, and Corey he's part of this story. We were working summer jobs. We were getting summer jobs in Lansing at Comprehensive Logistics, right?
True that.
And we, just factory work. We were going in there to just get these factory jobs. But before I went in, my uncle told me, hey, tell her you good with computers and just see what happened. Tell her you good with computers and see what happened. And I mean, by good with computers, he meant I had a computer. That was that.
Wow.
Literally, like, you got that computer in the basement, you good with computers, you know how to download a CD or whatever. I wasn't skilled. I didn't know how to do anything.
Word.
But because I went into that interview, I told the girl straight, the HR lady, I don't remember what her name was. I told her, hey, I'm pretty good with computers. My uncle works here. He told me that you might have some office work that I could do or something, something where I could work on the computer and use my skills. And sure enough, they gave went in for a factory job, showed up with the shirt tucked, button up, basically inventory manager position in the same factory. And Corey was like, how you do that? But the lesson was just, open your mouth and ask and see what's out there for you. Like, don't just take what's coming, go ask for something. And that was important to learn at, I guess, 18, 19 years old.
Facts.
to say, look, I got these skills. What can I do with that? That was big for me. And then secondly, really as I was getting to that point of leaving West Shore Corporate, I had a conversation with the CEO at the time, and he was basically just looking at me like, hey, this is your life. This is what you're gonna do. And I was not ready to subscribe to that at that point. It was like, no, man, I'm better than this. I want more. I can do more. I wasn't getting paid a lot of money, and I took those words that man told me and just put my head down. I studied project management for a year and a half, really working on getting that PM certificate, taking the PMP exam. I mean, and anybody who's gone through this process can tell you this is probably one of the hardest things that you could go through as far as learning something and preparing for a certification and for an exam. But I knew I wanted to do something different. I knew I had skills in solving problems and being a manager. So I started getting into project management. And though I didn't actually end up changing industries, what I developed was a totally different set of skills that took my career on a whole totally different trajectory from there. But because I had a conversation with somebody that told me I couldn't do something, it became like this task of mine to get it done. And y'all know I was working on the Mickey Mouse table on the laptop for a year and a half, learning these things with my 3 kids in a 1-bedroom apartment, to put ourselves in a better situation, to put my family in a better situation. And that was the greatest lesson was invest in skills and invest in learning and see where the ride takes you.
Word up. I
That
love
was
that.
a break for me.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right. Bruce, do you have one?
And seeing
You wanna
Jay's
share?
brag book. That was a make or break moment too. Jay with the brag book.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, no, I remember that time for you too, because it was crazy. You had a lot going on there, man.
Yeah, new family.
Yeah.
Just got married.
Yeah, you had just got married, then you bought the crib, you sold the crib, you moved, you were changing job. God dang. Yeah, that boy T.
A lot.
You was
a lot
making it.
happened.
Backpack on real quick.
a lot happened in a very short period of time for me
Yeah.
that changed my whole life. And you would probably say that this moment right now is a make or break moment for me, but it don't feel like it because I went through all of that stuff before.
Facts.
This is just part of the process. I'm
Word
here.
up.
Yeah.
Hey, just to rewind real quick before beat goes.
Yep.
Thinking about that time, T-Rail, because I'm a music man. So thinking about that time period, what was you vibing to back then? Do you remember?
So
I was in rotation. Was it the Kanye, that Twisted Dark Fantasy, or
definitely heavy on the Kanye. Y'all know I've always been a big 2 Chainz fan, so that's my get hype music. That's my guy that just put me in a good mood. And so I would literally put Chainz on whenever I was feeling. If I was feeling some type of way, I felt down, like I needed to pick me up. I'm putting on 2 Chainz and just and vibing with that for real.
Shout out 2 Chainz. All right, my bad, B Hicks. What you got, baby?
No, you good. I gotta highlight 2. And I'll make them both brief. So the first one, young, you know what I'm saying? Had a kid, didn't really know what the heck I was doing in life, man. I'm still trying to grind. So long story short, I worked a full-time job. I worked a part-time job, and I was going to school full-time, all at the same time. And I was only going to school so I can get the GI Bill money.
Every day I'm hustling,
which is basically a third full-time job.
Right? Yo, and it was crazy, man. And I did that for like 2 years straight, bro. And I don't even it's just a blur, right? But like, you know, T was kind of saying, man, that going through that just makes everything else easier, because you're like, yeah. It's like shooting your first 3-pointer. You're like, oh, okay, here we go. We're going to do that again. That feels, we're going to step back even further, right?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was one. And then, man, after I retired out, I'm working. Like I said, my bank account was tight, and things was going well. And then money just, if you're spending and you're not earning, you know what I mean? Right? So I ended up having to get a job with the state of Michigan. And so I'm sitting here, and I have big dreams, man. I have things that I want for my family, things I want for myself. And I'm looking at this paycheck like, that's not going to happen on this money, man. Like, it's just not going to happen. I don't have a 4-year degree. I don't have any titles behind my name. Like, what can I do to get myself out of this position and put my family in a position, you know what I mean, that's going to be better. And so I'm sitting back like, yo, what do you do? I hustle, right? I'm no stranger to a good long day at work. So, you know, I sit down with the wife and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, look, this is where it's at. I mean, and we got to go all in, and you got to bet on me, right? So we went ahead and bet on the black, and you know, obviously, what is it, 8, 9, 10 years later? 10 years later, we're in a completely different situation. But at that time, it was, you have to make this work.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm working for the state of Michigan, and they had us some stupid hours, bro. I think I was there from like 9 to 5 or something.
That's pretty standard.
8 hours, 40 hours a week. Yeah, they
graveyard shit.
They tripping, man. They tripping. 30 minutes lunch.
Traffic.
Yo, because
I didn't come here to work.
Well, because to me, okay, so like 9 o'clock, you can't. Anyways, man, like you get out of work, the bank's closed, everybody else is out of work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, because everybody at work. Bruce like, yo, y'all. All right.
Bruce, I mean, that got me out here with the work folk, man.
Bro. You gotta think, bro. Think about it like this.
He was a 4 a.m. guy.
I'm a 4 a.m. dude.
True.
And I'm home by like
2:30.
So I'm at the grocery store and there's nobody in the store. I'm at the bank, nobody at the bank. I'm getting out of work, flying to the bank before it So anyways, man, it was just it was the time to look at yourself. Like what
work didn't fit you like college didn't fit me. What are y'all doing?
He's like, we gonna be here all day.
Yo, and
like, bro, everybody outside. What y'all doing? It's summertime.
Bruce like, don't put my name on that schedule, bro. I will be here when I need to be here.
But bro, also, like, why in the world do I need an hour lunch, bro? Why?
Hey, because
you deserve one.
It's the law.
Yo, right. give me a half hour, bro.
Bruce, like, if everybody else is here, why do you need me here?
Bruce look at the schedule and be like, yo, ain't no effing way, bro. ain't no way, bro.
You got me on Saturday? Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. See, you should have came to Sam's Club. You get $1 extra on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 6.
Yo, it's the mindset though. Like right now, Jay, you gotta get up and be to work at 8:30 tomorrow.
That sounds painful.
Look at him. He can't even wrap his mind around like going to work tomorrow.
But even when I was I was never an in-office guy. I was never that. So even with my tenure in corporate America, it's always been like field sales. So I've always worked from home or worked in the field because I just couldn't do that cubicle. That just wasn't my style.
Yeah.
I needed to be out there. I needed to have some sense of freedom. So the only job where I had to literally go to work really on schedule was the Waffle House. And I used to pray every time I stepped in that door because I was like, I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
I had to get out of there. So, but yeah, so I get what you're saying. It's definitely a different mindset. So, but because I've been in the position where I am now before, but I'm a lot more prepared now. It's like you couldn't pay me to clock in. I can't do it now. If the stock market decided to just shut down, oh yeah, I'm going back to work. I got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to do what I got to do. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not above that by any means. I'm just saying that because I know that there are opportunities for me to do something that I love and I'm passionate about, and I can actually do it my way, then I'm gonna go for that every single time, even though there's a lot more riding on that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more pressure behind that. But like you said, you got to have a certain mentality for this lifestyle because, you know, even though I'm at the crib most of the day, like this ain't easy because it's still all on my shoulders. You know what I mean? You still like Bruce still got to go out there and flip those houses. You know what I'm saying? T-Rail still got to go out there and put them pepperonis on the pizza. Well, he ain't really putting pepperonis on the pizza, but he got to make sure that stuff works.
I'm making pizzas too.
Yeah, you're making pizzas.
All of it.
You know what I'm saying? Corey still got to make sure that account managers and things of that nature are in place. So it's still, you still have to you still have to have the mindset that regardless if I'm working for somebody else or I'm working for myself, if I don't do it, it won't get done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The buck stops with me, if you will. So that's just the mentality that you got to have, man.
And that's how I am, man. And that's why I think working and like you said, man, working inside of a building is the hardest thing in the world for me. Right? I need a windshield. I don't need a window. So for me, that it changes.
I like that.
Right where I'm at, because and the monotony of coming in and doing this and the routine of it all. You know, it's just not fun. So shout out to everybody who does it, because we need those folks, right? Because when I call AT&T, my phone ain't right. I need somebody in the building.
Need somebody in the cubicle, baby. Tighten me up.
So, you know what I mean, to each his own. But like I said, I mean, for me, like, I wanted everything that I could not have as a kid. I wanted that. And I knew doing what I was doing was not going to afford me that. It was funny, man. We were talking last week, you know, on sewing. And it didn't really hit me until I listened to the podcast, because I'm a fan, right? Listen to the podcast, and subconsciously I said, yes, I learned how to sew at a homeless shelter. Well, the crazy thing about it, man, is this homeless shelter, shout out to ECC, Economic Crisis Center, in East Lansing. They used to take us on these walks, right, through the neighborhood. Now we're in East Lansing off of Abbott, which these houses, I mean, these are the houses I'm looking at like I'll never be able to, it devalued me, right? It just brought to reality how destitute I was at the time. And instead of expanding my horizon and dreams, it kind of closed things down, because I'm homeless. How am I ever going to get here? Like T said, if you tell me I can't do something, somebody wrong, right? So it was the same thing, man. As I got older, I grew out of the defeat and somebody having a thumb on you. And I said, oh, well, this is how I'm going to do it. And so, like I said, man, I feel like if I go to a job and I give them my time, they're going to tell me exactly how much they're going to pay me. And I don't like that, right? I want to earn my own money.
No doubt.
So that's just why this works. You know what I mean? And like Jay said, all stops with me, bro. If I don't get up and put my shoes on, we won't eat. But I like that. It makes me have some sense of accountability, because it's easy to just lay in the bed and watch Netflix all day.
Yeah, that don't pay the bills though.
Still don't pay the bills.
Yeah, that don't pay nothing.
Cost me money. So yeah, man, that was my like.
That's your
those are my two moments in life.
All right, I got one more then.
All right.
I think, and I'll probably be, I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. And I mean, this is for, I think, for everybody, because if you marry the wrong person, your life can be pretty tough.
Yeah.
So I got to give a shout out to 225, 2006, Ruby Green at the time, Ruby Nicholson. My make or break, 225, 2006, man. I mean, like I said earlier, she was the one that was out there sourcing, got me the interview, and always been my rock. So I think having the right partner in life is a make or break for anybody, male or female, having that right spouse. So 100%. I got to give her all the credit. That was a make or break for your boy. And it's made this journey a lot better, giving me a lot of joy through beautiful children. So definitely made, the ride worth it. And 225, 2006, boy, make a break.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
How are we supposed to follow that?
Right.
We're gonna be on the podcast for a whole hour.
No, for everybody. Like, if you think about it, it's a very big decision, right? Like, for the young cats out there, the young ladies, if you date somebody, you've been with them for a couple of years, like, I'll put it to you like this. So when I was pretty young when I got married, right? I went through marriage counseling and all that, and people think they make it like it's like this hard. I think Confucius said this quote that I love, and my boy James Chang, when he was here, when I worked with him, one of my colleagues used to always say, "Life is simple, but people make it hard." You know what I'm saying? So you think about marriage and this is a big decision, and it is, but it's just like you got to ask yourself 3 questions. Do you love this person? Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you have the desire to go out there and be with anybody else? Or, you know, as I say, shoot free throws. Yes or no? And if you could say no, then the last question is, what you waiting on? It's time to move and groove and start building. And, you know, if you never commit, you'll never have, I think, some of the joy that you receive, you know, from a marriage and, you know, having children and building a family. And, you know, you'll never have those pleasures because you're so scared of and thinking about all these thousands of things that society is telling you that, oh, you got to have this, this, and this. I was dead broke when I got married. Dead broke. I owed a couple people, they was looking for me and I was hiding from them. So it's like, but I had, you know, this beautiful woman that believed in me and gave me all this love and support and saw my potential and been ride or die ever since then. So, and we continue to build to this day. And I remember a couple, you know, fellas after that coming to me like, man, I don't want to put nobody on the spot, but Jay probably remember a mutual friend of ours that, you know, came to me and was like, yo, how did you know? How did you do that? Because he had been with his lady longer than I had been with Ruby. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm going to tell you like I said to myself, do you love her? Yes. Do you want to shoot these free throws? I was like, wait a minute. Yes or no? Nah, I'm good. Okay, get all your free throws out the way. Now, if you're good with that, what are you waiting on? Yeah, it's time to get on the ride, baby. Lock and load.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sure. And the rest is history. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, it is definitely a life altering decision for, like you said, for the good or for the worse. And I think that I don't think people, and especially if you haven't grown up, if you didn't grow up seeing like what a successful marriage look like, and I think we're all in situations where we probably didn't see that. So we're really just kind of going off of hearsay, what we see in the media, what have you.
Love Jones.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna be this, or you know what I'm saying? So she, like you said, we rolling off that list. You gotta be fine, you gotta be this, you gotta have this going on, you know what I'm saying? And you're not even thinking about all the stuff that's going to make it sustainable, you know what I'm saying? The character of the person, the personality, where they're going to have your back, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So it's like, man, that, you know, and you've heard quotes say that, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the, what's my man? Is that Fatbo, that Neo? I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we together. It's like, that is absolute truth, because I always say, look, I can be a millionaire by myself, but I can be a multi-millionaire, billionaire with the right woman by my side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that makes art, especially as an entrepreneur. Like, dude, as an entrepreneur, you need it because you will go crazy.
But to your point, Jay, think about it. Like, we think about some big names, like you said, Barack Obama. Dude is the truth, but he got Michelle.
That's facts.
Michelle got him in that White House. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Martin Luther King had Coretta. Yep. You know what I'm saying? She was out there on the streets with him, shaking hands. So if you got the right person, man, I mean, Jay got B too. It's like, you know, these are famous examples, but we can think of probably some other too. But at the same time, and to your point, that spouse can take you to the next level, or it can cause you some heartache. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big decision, one you shouldn't take lightly. But it's like, you know, the topic make or break. You know, it can make or break, I think, some of your days going forward.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I like that. I like
definitely agree, for sure.
For sure.
Any other make or breaks out there, son?
Well, yeah, man. Since I'm the one that had a practice wedding here, it is nice to.
Can you explain that to the viewers so they understand why we're laughing?
Yeah, now they got to listen to next week's episode, and I'll explain it then. Cliffhanger.
There it is.
Silly.
Yeah. So no, I got married very young. I got married before I could even legally buy alcohol, right? So, and I'm not gonna get political at all, but you know, we're talking about No, I'm not gonna say it. Nah, I'll say it. And like
in my podcast.
and that's kind of how I feel, right? You know what I mean? I have daughters, we have wives. You know, the overturn of the Supreme Court, I definitely don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
I second that emotion.
You will let me get married before I can even buy alcohol.
Word.
But my daughter, y'all know where I'm going. So anyway, bro, what kind of sick cunt? Oh man. So
let's get back to the make or break. Let's get back to the make or break.
Yeah.
Man, MSNBC over here.
Because man, you don't. Country's it's crazy. So, yeah, man. Like I said, I got married too young. Didn't understand it. So having the right person on your team can take you to the next level, and that's kind of where we missed, right? I'm trying to continue to elevate and grow and obtain things that are on my vision board, and this person is okay with being stagnant. That's not gonna work, right? It's like driving your car in reverse. It's pointless, right? So it is all about finding out who you are first, right? You need to know who you are, what your triggers are, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you get out of the bed. You have to know yourself. And unfortunately, we didn't know ourselves well enough to be a part of each other. So there's no rush. And I think even when Corey came to me, I was like, what's the rush?
Yeah.
And I wasn't being
and one of the things you said to me, B, and that's kind of like where when I talked about those questions, I asked myself, because when I went to B, it was a very simple question, but are you sure? That's what he said. Are you sure? And I'm like, yes, this is why. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, no disrespect or disaffect, as he says. But he was just saying, look, man, this is work. And you want to pick the right person for the right reasons. And we had a child already, but he was like, you don't have to get married because you have children. You know what I'm saying? You need to get married because this is someone that you love and you want to build with. So take it from your boy, listen to me, and make sure this is what you really want. And after he said that, he was like, all right, cool. Hey, where's that, baby? As long as you good, I'm good. So it was on with the fun after that. But yeah, it's a very simplistic question, but it's a very big, like the word why is one word, but it's a big question. You know what I'm saying? So are you sure? Like I said, do you love her? Do you have any desire to be with anybody else? Then what you waiting on? So just very simple questions, man. Make it very simple.
But they're the ones that are overlooked because in society it's like, oh, y'all got a kid. Why you not married? Because we're not married. It's real simple. You know what I mean? And I think that was at the time that I was getting ready to make that left or right, whichever you prefer. And so I'm really looking at you like, look, I already opened the box. Now I got the prize out the very bottom of the cereal box. Yeah. Sure you want to be left with all this dry cereal, man?
Yeah, you took all the marshmallows out.
I done took the marshmallows
but I will tell you, like from our POV, and other brothers can chime in. I mean, you still set a good example. Like again, because my parents weren't married. Some of my aunts were married. So like Jay was saying, we didn't have a lot of examples, even close to home. So seeing you at an early age, married, family man, thriving, holding it down, like, and I understand that was your journey, but for us, at least for me, like even, going through college and, obviously aspiring to that at one day, we was like, man, I gotta tighten up, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
It was always like, man, B got the house. He got
like who told him how to do this? Like this dude.
I'm old. Dang, all right.
He was always the example for sure.
So it was a great example for us, and obviously we're happy for you, but that's, I think, for me, and it sounds like the fellas would agree, that's what it was for us, man. So, I mean, for what it's worth, man, we was proud of you, and it was always a shining example for us that we was like, man, well, all right, now when I do this, it's gonna be on point. Got to come correct, because B already set the example. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
And I appreciate that, man. And it was funny, dude, because I remember when T-Rail, I think he hit me up and was like, we were just talking, and he was like, man, what was the Similac? That's what it's called. He was like, yo, it's expensive. I was like, bro. I was like, and we were just chopping up. I was like, man, these cats out here getting spinners and all this craziness. I'm like, yo, I get 10 cases of Similac and we out. I'm like, yo, you think about it, bro. You go to Target and you get a case of diapers and 2 things of Similac and a whole $100 gone. You know what I mean? So it was a journey. I'm glad we all made it through it, man. And it's beautiful. I'm glad we were able to share all that together. And that's why, us being able to come together and have these conversations very openly, I'm hoping to help someone else, right? Because you're getting the raw. This isn't for production. This is us.
Oh, for sure.
This is it. Yeah.
Your footage is definitely raw.
Lord. It's not. No, this is definitely G. This is G.
But I feel like I definitely got to give a shout out to the wife now, since y'all done went round to Robin on me.
We was talking about make or break. Hey, I'm just saying in general.
But even tied to the make or break moment when I was, like I said, working on the Mickey Mouse table, we living in the 1-bedroom. That was Yomi's idea to move out of the place that we were living in. We were living in that 3-bedroom house. Y'all came to the house. We were living there, but we weren't saving any money. We were just spinning our tires. But we had the condo, and she was like, "Look, why don't we just suck it up, go to the condo, save some money we'll go there for a year or 6 months or whatever. We'll save some money and then figure out what happens after that." And during that time, like we already talked about, I had a lot going on. I changed jobs. I was in school. I had 3 kids now, newly married, and through that time, I mean, we stayed there for a year and a half. We were able to buy our house. We ended up buying a business from the guy who told me I wasn't gonna be nothing. Ended up buying a restaurant from him. And y'all met him. We sat at the table with him. He's my guy. He tried to throw me business now to this day. So like, right. I do got to give her credit for just being the person that holds me down. And my wife is super chill. She's always supported me. She's always had my back. I found going through my office, I had this certificate she made me the first time I got promoted to general manager at West Shore and Riverview, the store that I bought later. I got promoted to GM from like assistant manager, and she made a little certificate for me and printed it out. We was just kicking it at the time, but she had my back, dog. Like,
hey, that's called we thought throwing notes right there, boy.
Yeah, she was on me. So when I come with these carnations, that's just to repay. It's just to pay back for all she gave to me, and it wasn't just gaining her, man. I mean, we gained I gained a whole family out of that. And I'm here on my own. Like, I'm not from here. So like to be taken into that, like I probably talk to her dad more than she does. I talk to, I'm close with I'm the favorite uncle with her sister's kids, and I'm, all that. So it's like you don't just gain a person, you gain a whole family, a whole community, and that's been, one of the greatest benefits of it too.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt. Facts.
I know right. Tina would look at me right now like, a 1-bedroom what? I'll go there.
It was a struggle I had.
Every time I get a crib and we walk it, Tina's always like, "Ooh, this is nice. I can live here." So I'm always like, "Okay, bet." She's like, No. I can live here.
Now we
can stay there with the kids. I'm like, nah.
That was a struggle. Imagine we had a queen bed with me, Yomi, and TJ sleeping in that bed. I had Adrian in the crib and Dallas sleeping in the pack and play, all in the one bedroom. My living room was literally a playground. I had a slide in it, a couch and a TV stand. We didn't even have a dining room table. It was like, and I had I was working on the little Mickey Mouse table at the couch. It was wild, bro. And we were on the third floor, but we made it happen.
Yo, so and that's once again, we raw. That's what people like. I just want people to know, like, this is humble beginnings, right? Well, we talked about that word last week.
Modest beginnings.
Modest beginnings.
Yeah. Meager, very
meager. We seek meager accommodation.
That's for the bottom. Now we here.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody see the shiny stuff and they're like, "Ooh, it was rusty first. I had to clean it off."
Hey, went from ashy to clashy.
I'm trying to tell you, boy.
Hey.
Oh man, good stuff. Any more make it or break it before we wrap it up?
Nah, we
All right.
go, man.
Bet
Y'all done gave us everything, man.
Shout out to who was the dude that told me he'd buy me a steak if I ever made anything out of myself. Who was the
Who said that?
the attendance dude?
Pulaski.
Oh, he was a swim coach too? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He said that guy.
He on the list. He owed me
You
a
gotta
steak.
tell the story though.
Oh, you want me to tell the story? Because
yeah, that was hilarious.
So we were in high school and we were, I don't know, I guess we were skipping class.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, we used to skip class and go hang out in the attendance office because that's where the girls is at. So we was hanging out in there, and they had their teacher in the attendance office, this dude Polanski or whatever, and he caught me and Corey. Was it just me and you, CeeLo?
It was just me and you.
Just
both
me
about
and
to go
Corey.
skip.
We on the way out the door, skipping class. He like, come on, Tyrell. Like, he goes, man. He goes, you need to be more like. He told me I need to be more like Corey. He's like, if you ever make anything out of yourself, I promise you, I'll buy you a steak dinner. I'm like, he told me to my face, like, is this what you want out of life? Like, is this the guy you want to be? You skipping school? You need to be more like Corey. I'm like, we together. I'm riding with him. I wouldn't even drive. We about to go right now. No, dude told me I wasn't nothing right there in my face.
Yeah, get in your bag, stay in your bag. Yeah, that was so funny because we was literally leaving together. See, where it was like just beside himself. He was like, "This man is driving. We about to skip together."
I can't leave without him.
Like, you need to be more like Corey. Like, make something out of yourself. Like, oh man. No disrespect to CeeLo, my brother. But I'm like,
I was just like, what is he talking about?
We both on this.
CeeLo's like, hey, I'm gonna be in the car.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Another make or break moment at every, and this is a don't trust nobody moment. We trying to skip school again.
Oh, there
and get all the way to the parking lot, and out the door, I hear my name, whole name, Tyrell Deshaun Reed, Corey Nicholson. Where are you going? And then so we get walked all the way back into the school, got caught trying to skip, and who in the window laughing because they wasn't included, and called the teacher and snitched on us.
All the hate.
It's the guy in the bottom left corner laughing.
This dude made a phone call to Miss Marcella's room, straight, not even dry snitch. Informant.
We got to wrap up. I know I'm in trigonometry, right? Like, it's hard. I look out the window. I see these cats skipping. Nah.
Slow walking to the car.
I went straight down.
We was walking like it was 2:30. Like,
we had just got off work. Like, man, what you about to do, man? We about to go get something to eat, man.
No, sir. You about to go back to class. Hit her up. He was like, Tyrell. Yo, you don't understand.
And she had to pick up steam because her classroom was at the other end of the hall, so she was probably steaming the whole way till she hit the door.
And you know, when you hit them basement doors, you had to hit them hard, like kaboom.
Oh yeah, yep.
She came out there like Joe Clark. Get your change off the door.
We should have kept walking.
I'm about to say, why did we just keep walking? Like, what was she gonna do?
Oh, it was Miss.
We was gone.
Yo,
we had to show respect.
She gonna snatch you up.
But man, that boy B Hicks, man, that was
Yo,
that was
you're
classic.
welcome. Look at you. You made something of yourself, and you made it to college. You're welcome.
Thanks to Bruce. Thanks to Bruce Robert.
All right, hey, let's end it the way we started it, with a one guy to go. So it's gonna be tough, but it is what it is. So one guy to go: Ray J, Bobby V, Sammy, or Pleasure P.
Bruh.
Ray J got to go.
Ray
I
J
ain't seen
gotta-
none of it, but Ray J got to go.
Based
with
on that
strength.
performance, Ray J gonna have to go.
But Ray J is he's the most popular out of all of them. It's crazy.
He is. But off of pure performance,
Yeah,
Ray.
I would concur.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray. Sorry for you.
Send me a close second though, just because of that thug appeal.
I'm gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's comedy. All right, great episode. Been good chopping it up with y'all. This has been another episode of That's on Everything podcast. Here to give you everything that you need and then that you don't, and that's on everything.
That's on everything.
Everything.
That's on everything.